Welcome back to Foster English. Today we're going to be talking about the simple present tense. We're going to be talking about a few different things here, but first let's talk about the simple present tense's usage in communication in a sentence. What is it that the simple present tense is used to communicate? And it is not what is happening right now. The simple present tense doesn't do that. Remember that the simple tenses never talk about duration of an action or a state of being. And if I was going to talk about what is happening right now, then I would be talking about some ongoing thing, and that's not the simple tenses. So what does the simple present tense communicate? The simple present tense communicates ideas about the here and now, facts or opinions or truths, general understandings of the way the world works, to talk about reality in general. Also to talk about predictable events, which we would call habits, right? Things that are repeated regularly, that we can state with certainty. Something like the sun rises, the sun sets. Now, it might not be rising or setting right now, but that's something that the sun does. And that's the usage of the simple present tense. So remember, no thing is happening right now as we're using the simple present tense. It's just stating facts, beliefs, opinions, ideas about our perceptions of reality. Now, using the simple present tense always requires the person to be aware of a particular rule. And that rule is subject-verb agreement. We create the simple present tense with this idea of the verb called the bare infinitive. The infinitive form of the verb is simply the word to, T-O, plus the verb. The word as you would look it up in a dictionary. And the infinitive has its own uses. We'll delve into the uses of the infinitive in some later video. But for now, just know the infinitive form of the verb is to plus the verb. And the form of the verb used in the simple present tense is the bare infinitive, which is simply the word as it would appear in a dictionary without the to, okay? That's why it's the bare infinitive. We're stripping away the to, the word to, and we're just using the word as one would look it up in a dictionary. That's the bare infinitive. And that's what we're generally dealing with when we use the simple present tense. But there's one thing we need to consider when using the simple present tense and this form of the bare infinitive. There's one small change that may occur, and that happens in regards to subject-verb agreement. So subject-verb agreement means that the number of the subject needs to agree with the form of the verb. There's other kinds of agreements in English, but this one in particular is very common, and it's always something that needs to be considered with the simple present tense. So to follow this rule, it's really simple. If there's one subject, you're talking about one person, place, thing, or idea, then that subject is singular. So if there's only one, then the bare infinitive form of the verb gets a letter S. So think singular S on the bare infinitive form of the verb. So for example, Foster makes videos. Foster records videos. Foster posts videos, right? So all of the things I do with these videos, if it's me, it's only me doing it, there's one person working here, then that letter S goes on the end of every verb in terms of what it is I do regularly. I wouldn't say it's quite a habit yet, but it's a regular occurrence. So in this context, it is a habit. All of those get the letter S, okay? Bare infinitive plus S. If there were more than one person, place, thing, or idea acting or being something in your sentence, either as a group of individuals, so maybe it's a group of people and you're naming them all, they would make videos. They would post videos. You, the general you, whoever it is I'm talking to, whether there's one or many, I'm talking to all of you, you watch videos. Okay? In that context, with a plural subject, meaning simply more than one, whether there's 2 or a trillion, doesn't matter. The only thing you need to worry about is there one or more than one? Is it singular or is it plural? And if it's plural, then the simple present tense appears, it's formulated by simply using the bare infinitive, the word, as you would look it up in a dictionary. And it doesn't get more simple than that. In fact, from here on out, everything is going to get more complicated because this is the last verb tense in which we only use one word to express the idea of the verb. The simple past and the simple present are the only verb tenses in English that can be formulated using a single word. So we'll talk about the simple future in the next video. Stay tuned for that. Until then, thank you for your participation. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and communicate, because that is what this is all about.